Boys, I used to be a complete sugar addict. And when I say complete sugar addict, I mean at certain days I ate most of my calories from sugar. Like definitely over 50%. It obviously depended on the day. I wasn't a complete degenerate every single day. Some days were better, some days were worse. But obviously I ate way too much sugar, man. I ate a ton of sugar. And man, that just kept me in the cycle. It kept me in the cycle of eating more sugar, wanting more sugar. And basically I just kept eating anything you can name, bro. Any type of dessert my mom made, which she made weekly, by the way. Every single Sunday she made some kind of dessert. And that lasted for about 2, 3, 4 days perhaps. And then she made another one like 3 days later. And basically I was eating sugar non-stop. And I always thought like I don't want to offend my mom. I'm gonna eat the dessert. And basically that kind of mindset is what kept me stuck and overeating for most of my life, honestly. I always had a proclivity to eat sugar and to become addicted to it, I think. And that's the reason why I actually decided to quit sugar. Now, I didn't only eat the desserts, I also ate chocolates and whatever my mom would buy. My mom, of course, being a decent bit overweight. Nowadays I would say even fat for my standards. But that kind of runs in the family, you know. Obviously that's just a mindset of the family, you know, passed from one member to another, from mother to child. And basically that, unless you break that pattern, then that's always gonna stay in your mind as well. And if I kept eating sugar, which I quit about 2 months ago, then I would constantly be eating again and again, and then my children would see later in the future. I don't have children yet, but my children would see that I'm eating sugar and I'm a fat ass, and they would want to eat sugar too. And when they taste it, they become addicted to it also, because it's a highly addictive substance that honestly none of us should be eating. Now obviously I do want to make the distinction between processed sugar and put into refined foods like added sugar, and then like glucose, fructose, maltose in fruit and whatnot, fruit, sweet potatoes, things like this. There's a massive difference because they're processed completely differently. They make you feel completely different, and basically they have a complete different reaction. Processed sugar that's added into food that where it doesn't belong is extremely addictive. And honestly, sugar addiction, I hope the cars aren't too loud. Sugar addiction isn't actually that insanely hard to break, but when it's always right there when you can fucking, you know, take it whenever you fucking want it, then like you're just gonna eat, and you're gonna eat and eat every single day. And as long as you have that habit, you're never gonna stop. So at this point I stopped eating sugar, and even if I see that my mom made dessert, which she does every week still, every weekend, every Sunday, I just don't participate, honestly. I don't need that shit. I don't want that shit in my life. Ever since I stopped, man, these cars are really loud. Ever since I stopped, I don't overeat as much. I used to have this proclivity to overeat like crazy. And when you eat healthier, you have less of that urge. And not only do you have less of that urge, you also eat less. Like it's not the normal food isn't so hyper palatable that you can just eat and eat and eat until you fucking want to, like, you almost blow up your fucking stomach. So other food, especially healthy food, just doesn't do that to you. Sugar is just something that's such a crazy thing that we have in our diet that doesn't belong there in this processed version. Obviously, as I said, fruit or honey I think is completely fine. Obviously, do want to eat only a limited amount of it. These days, even like food is like so it's bred to be extremely sweet, so it is not as good. Obviously, the structure as it was beforehand, but the structure of the entire fruit, there's fibers in there, and it has a lot of water, and its entire structure prevents it from being absorbed into your bloodstream as quickly, and things like this. So obviously, I guess I'm gonna keep walking over here. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to, but honestly, I don't really care. I will see if anything comes up and they'll tell me. Anyway, so that's fine, I think. Fruit and honey and so on, I think is fine. I'm gonna turn around, I think. Yeah, this is just a construction area, so I'm gonna go over here instead, back to where I was. And so I think that's fine, but processed sugar, man, is a drug, and it's gonna make you inflamed, it's gonna make you really unhealthy, it's gonna make you overeat, and it raises your insulin a fuck ton, and it just keeps you craving and craving, which is, I think, the worst thing, because then you're constantly hungry and constantly want to eat not only sugar, but you just want to eat anything that comes up. And that's the reason why I stopped eating it. Honestly, I was thinking, like, I thought I would miss it, honestly, because I was such an addict that I just want to eat it all the time. But no, man, I just quit, stopped eating entirely at once, and kept eating fruit and honey. And honestly, I just feel great. I don't need processed sugar. I don't need. Man, my mom used to say, like, oh, a little bit is healthy, man. Eat just a little bit. It's healthy as long as you don't overdo it. I don't care how much of that shit you eat. It is not healthy. It just isn't healthy. End of story. So even a little bit of poison is bad for you. And that's the worst thing. You eat a little bit and then you want more. So it's a horrible thing. If you guys are on a fitness journey, then I highly recommend quitting sugar. It's one of the best things you could do. And honestly, I think it's extremely easy as well. As long as you substitute, that's the word, the cravings, if you have any cravings. I really didn't have many cravings at all, or maybe any at all. And with fruit and honey, you'll be completely fine. And as long as you eat satisfying, good tasting meals, you'll also be fine. Also with sugar, as I said, is hyper palatable. It tastes very good, let's be honest. It's just dopamine. And when you stop taking that, like, such an insane source of dopamine from your food, from sugar, then all the other foods are gonna be better tasting. And so what you're gonna realize is you don't need sugar to make things taste good, unlike you did before. So I think, honestly, it's just an amazing thing to do. I would definitely quit sugar as soon as I can, if I were in your position, if you're still eating that shit. And if you're not good on you, you're making a very healthy choice, reducing inflammation, making your metabolic health, your gut health much better. and so many other things, helping with your insulin resistance and so on. Insulin resistance is fucking horrible if you have that shit, and it just destroys your body. Your body wasn't meant to like digest food all the time, and it wasn't meant to have chronically elevated insulin at high levels. When your body becomes insulin resistant, man, that shit will fuck you up. I think that's one of the main causes of high blood pressure and clogged arteries and so on. Most of these heart diseases, I think, are highly caused by constant eating, basically. I've been eating a lot of eggs, meat, things like this, some fruit, some honey. And yesterday I ate my first meal at around 2:30, and I ate my second meal at 7 p.m. So like 6.5, maybe, no, 5.5, or maybe let's say 5 hours later. And honestly, I wasn't even that hungry, surprisingly enough. I had the energy and I didn't even need to eat. Still, I ate. It was getting pretty late, so yeah. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and see you guys soon. Bye bye.